Earthshaker gamit ang Aganims diri sa Snapfire. Imo ra siyang iluwa. Wala na kayo siya ng inahanglan og Blink Dagger as na ay extra initiation nga magawas dire on the side of Earthshaker Snapfire. They do have extra wave clear as well as the Lil Shredder nga para pang counter jud pag-ayo sa ato ang Phoenix as the Void is going to come out on the side of NGID. They want to play it fast dire on NGID M11 with these tempo heroes. They do have some team fight in the form of the Phoenix as well as the Faceless Void. Naapot sila pick off gamit ang Lina stun as well as the CK. They can initiate, pick one off, and continue the rest with the Chrono and the Egg. Pero XA game log all in. There is ato ang team fight potential with the Shaker, the Snapfire, as well as the Spectre. And Lich, of course, nga na ay Chain Frost o Frost Armor, which should be valuable against the Chaos Knight. We will have to find out though kung unsay lane nga padulungan aning Phoenix nato. Although it's most likely going to be a position 5. Kuyog sa ato ang Faceless Void in the bottom lane as Void Spirit ang mugawas nga mid dire sa NGID M11. Pero Zeus ang final nga pick dire sa XA game log. Unsa di ay role aning Snapfire di ay sa man offlaning nga Snapfire niya mid ang Zeus or what? Kay pag una ba yung gawasan ng Snapfire, maobject i-theorize ni Zai nga maoy offlane hero, maoy role para sa ato ang Snapfire dire kay gahi siya na pwede siya maka-flash farm og naa siya very valuable ultimate inig ka kuhag niyag level 6 and she is a very good utility item nga she is a very good carrier of utility items on this Snapfire, so that's probably going to be the role. Comboing here with the Earthshaker, making sure nga dili ka time walk pag ayo ang ato ang Faceless Void with the chain stuns coming out from XA game log. That's probably going to be the plan as they get the double global ultimates, Spectre as well as Zeus. Well, good luck to both teams, and we will be seeing you in the start of the game. NGID M11 versus XA game log. Tanaw nato which one of these teams will be proceeding sa atuang semifinals where they will be met by Amihan Esports. We will see who wins as naatay na ko'y i-edit ka nagmay dire. Sorry guys. There you go. There you go. That's better. That's better. As the game starts right now, and I would like to remind everybody na atay donations up and available para sa mga taong nabiktima sa Ulysses as well as Rolly. You can contact Ariel A. Beltran, Gcash, as well as BPI. The numbers will be there on your screens where you can help the people nga naginahanglan pag-ayo because they are the ones that need it the most right now. They need all the help that they can get. And kung unsay makuha nato nga cash donations kay ato ra nang doblehan and then ipadakang Kuya Nick aron siya na ay mo distribute sa mga sa mga kwarta sa mga tao diha sa especially sa Isabela ug sa Cagayan as they're the ones that need it the most. And yep, back into this game. Well, tanaw na to. Excuse me, ginagmay as wait a second. I feel like there may be something I will have to edit soon as well, the game is going to start dire sa ato ang NGID M11 versus XA as 2 bounty runes for each team dire so far. Medyo even lang, and Snapfire, as I expected, is going to be going to the offlane along with the Earthshaker, who's Well, already coming out with the blocks onto the creeps. Ang Void side game mag-block sa diya ha. We'll see if it's going to be enough to make sure that the equilibrium will be where the Void wants it. Although it might be hard since ang sa Earthshaker kay guaranteed man jud na 8 seconds. No wait, 6.5 radi ay. It has been reduced pero still, well, it's pretty decent for the Void. Going to come out right now dere sa ato ang bottom lane as the Fire Spirits magamit na sa ato ang Snapfire, taking a bit of harass dere as Kel'Thuzad ang kaatbang nila in the bottom lane. Middle lane kay ang Zeus dere against the Void Spirit dere as our mid matchup as Tox will fall in the top lane. They actually do get first blood dere. The Chaos Bolt as well as the LSA combo will make sure that this Lich falls. Wala siya protection ana kay wala pa siya Frost Shield as well as HP. Not enough stats for that as only 600 HP on this Lich. And now the stun mo gawas na po sa ato ang Spectre diri on the top lane who has the Ring of Regen pero will be forced to use some tangos here as he's being zoned out by this Lina. Pado na ma-level 2 ang duha as immediately the Chaos Bolt is going to come out as well as the LSA. The pullback should be there. Should Die Young try to juke into the trees and, well, he does fall dire in the top lane. So already 2 kills for our Chaos Knight as well as the Lina. As naasa ko'y editon ginagmay. Wait a second. Oh. Now, the dagger is going to come out onto Chopin, but the stuns will be there once again, and Die Young could Die Young one more time as the Fairy Fire will be popped and the salve will be there to save his life. Pero still taking a lot of harass here in the top lane is our Spectre as it's quite difficult for him to stand up to this Chaos Knight nga level 3 na in town as well as the Lina nga level 3 pod. Level 1 pa ang Lich so walay Frost Armor nga ikahatag dire onto Die Young as this lane being dominated currently by our CK as well as the Lina. And bottom lane, ang Phoenix kay mamatay dire deep into our towers after trying to get a pull off pero Kel'Thuzad is going to be able to recover sa iyahang farm. Not gonna get harassed a lot. Since ang Phoenix kay gigukod. Snapfire, no more mana. Earthshaker going to come back onto this lane. Pero gamay na lag HP as well as mana. Going to attempt to pull this lane. Pero ang Phoenix kay ni-respawn na. Nakaibaw na sila nga it might be too risky. As in the middle lane, medyo na-advantage ang ato ang Void Spirit. The Aether Remnant is going to land onto this Zeus. And a little bit of harass as top lane. Tox is going to die once again. Killing spree para kang Crush 3x. As Die Young could Die Young once again. Dire sa ato ang top lane. Walay nilanding ang LSA but the Chaos Bolt as well as the crits will be enough for this Chaos Knight to bring down the Spectre. XA Game Log is having a very difficult time here. There is ato ang top lane. This safe lane is certainly not safe. Not living up to the name as CK level 4 already. This Lina being forced to go back to the base. Pero hapit na pod siya mahimong level 4. If this continues, the Spectre may not even have a game at all. And the rest of XA Game Log will have to make a lot of space for this Spectre to be able to reach her power spikes. As duha ka charges sa dispersion ang gikuha, that's how hard this lane is. Usually you don't want to max the passive, pero this lane is very hard and the Spectre has to adjust to be able to survive this lane as much as possible. As there is a bottom lane, hayay ang ato ang Faceless Void pod as the Phoenix harassing out the Earthshaker na pa sa boots, pero gamay lang ang charges niya sa Magic Wand, which Bounty Runes must spawn na dire, and the Cookie will land onto 2 as well as the Fissure. Shotgun Blast is going to be there as well onto the Phoenix, pero now it looks like the Earthshaker is going to fall first as he gets bashed by Kel'Thuzad on this Void. And he could chase any further. Nope. He's not going to for now. As Chopin finally going to die onto the top lane, and Crush 3X is going to die as well. They don't even get a return kill onto Tox, as it's a bit of a disaster here. Zeus going to contribute with the Thunder God's Wrath, and well, finally something good going for the top lane today, as they bit a little more than they could chew. Probably tried to kill this support, and they will get punished for it, as Spectre finally level 5 9,000 siya. Being given a little bit of breathing room, but the CK will come back into this lane, of course. Zoning out the Spectre with his mere menacing presence. Spec, mag jungle na sa siya ginagmay. Kay Kebaw siya nga dili siya contest directly in this top lane. And the boots are going to come out. Brown boots pa in town, pero it looks like he will make his way to that blade mail. Travens going to get his career killed by Eric here, as Earthshaker nasa stacks today actually in the bottom lane para sa ilahang Spectre, who should be able to recover with the blade mail, farming those ancients, and the help from the frost armor gikan sa atong lich. As bottom lane, Kel'Thuzad giharas na pag-ayo. It's not going to land this fissure. And he time walks away, gets his health back up to 80%. The pole is not going to be contested either, as layo pa kayong Earthshaker. Level 3 pa in town siya with this Tranquil Boots, and Void Spirit hapit na mamatay. Crush 3X will fall to one more right click dire from Tox, as Dai Young, however, will be punished for it. The fissure is going to come out. It is ato ang Earthshaker. The TP will save the support, pero not the carry, as Spectre will die once again. There is ato ang top lane. The third time that this has happened. Wala pa siya level 6. Chaos Knight will get it instead before him, as the crit is maxed out, and the safe lane definitely not having a good time here. Faceless Void gets a solo kill onto Schemer Boy, and Dai Young, oh no, the bashes, 2 in a row, as the Chronosphere is going to be used, as well as the Dragon Slave. And now the follow-up stun will be there, courtesy of Crush 3X, as Kel'Thuzad gets another kill to the bottom lane. It's a disastrous start today for XA game log. Mid lane is the only one that's doing decent, and even then, still a lead from Despair here, as the Void Spirit, Astral Step is going to come through today. Raindrops will be popped, and so will the salve, as this Zeus not gonna be able to fight back for now. Tox stealing the haste rune. Aron wala na kayo region ni ato ang Void Spirit dire in this mid lane. So murag not going to be able to make some aggressive movements dire. Top lane, Chopin shoving in the wave, pressuring the towers. Now he looks for the heroes as he sees Tox. Geek gets a vision from the laser. And Tox, well, the frost armor is going to be there, but it's not going to be enough. Gahe na kayo, right click nire si Chopin. Dive out from the Phoenix, but the Thunder God's Wrath will be able to get the kill. Aze gets the kill onto Travens. And now Chopin going to have to run away. Pero wala na additional stuns on Earthshaker. No dagger being used either, as the TPs have been forced, 2 of them in fact. And Chopin will just safely get away, farm once again, and Void Spirit, he actually rotated top here. Perhaps trying to harass the Spectre, as the TP will come in. The Asa Ato ang Phoenix, they're filling the bottle, and now, Dai Young, the slows are going to be there, the pulse as well as the stun will be there, keeping the Spectre in place. And Dai Young, mamatay na sad. 4 deaths already on the Spectre, as the shotgun blast is going to come out. Eric will get a kill with the fissure, as they finally do get a kill, although it is only on a position 5. Faceless Void meanwhile, kay nag-free farm na siya diri sa ato ang bottom lane. Kel'Thuzad, hayahay kaayo. The Lich King certainly happy with this. Faceless Void, level 9, free farm today. LSA not going to land onto anybody, but the Arcane Rune will be there onto Despair. Astral Step will be there as well as the Dissimulate going to juke outside as Lina will pay with his life. They were playing with fire in the river. Get it? Get it? Kay fire ni ato ang Lina, right? Bati ato nga joke eh. Pero kibaw mo unsay dire bati. NGID M11 with this 5k gold lead, and now the armor will be used onto this top lane to try and prevent additional pressure from chopping or at least stop the tower damage. Void Spirit, however, Faceless Void is going to TP into this top lane. They want to make sure to be able to rotate, use this chrono. The stun is going to come out immediately. The Chaos Bolt as well as the crits and the LSA. Too much control dire on the side of NGID M11 as mid lane namatay pod si Ace. Traven's egg will fall, however, dire as the Faceless... Oh, the Void Spirit being dived here. Chain Frost is going to finish him off, so they do get a kill onto a core. So they get 2 kills today, but top lane will still fall freely. Spectre, nana siya treads, pero is it going to be enough to stop the pressure? XA game log, they have to make something big happen. And those 2 kills in the middle lane, they were pretty damn huge, I would say, but still, they are losing towers, and that'll mean more map control going to come out from NGID M11. Time walk, magawas diri sa ato ang Faceless Void as wala siya follow-up. I don't think he's going to try and solo chrono our Spectre today, unless he gets a few lucky bashes onto him, which will put him in kill range. Zeus, murag mo ato na siya sa top. Never mind. He's just farming some neutral creeps as Kel'Thuzad. Hayahay na kayo siya. Although he's pretty deep into XA territory as he will retreat for now back into this small camp. CK walking up the ramp, pero naa sila ward dita on the side of XA, so should be careful just a little bit. Earthshaker, layo pa kayo siya hang Blink Dagger, and now the setup will be there. XA Dayang, murag mag-farm na siya. Time Walk, gonna be forced out from the Faceless Void. As Void Spirit, dito sa ato ang bottom lane, kaya nag-farm lang siya creeps, shoving in the waves. Like Void Spirits always do. Bottom lane, giharas na sa mga creeps na to, below 50% HP. Ang ato asang tower diri sa mid, 60% HP. As the smoke will come out, diri gikan sa ato ang Lich. Snapfire or Earthshaker, can they find someone? Kel'Thuzad is the target, but the Fissure is going to miss as well as the Cookie. And now the Chrono onto 3. The setup is going to be there. Mortimer's Kiss is going to be laid down onto this Void Spirit, however. And no! Kel'Thuzad is going to fall, but now the Haunt is going to come in. The turnaround will be there. Gikan sa XA, this is finally their chance to make something happen as the egg will fall. Chupin is going to get eaten by this Snapfire as the cookies will land. 1 more Chain Lightning and 3 will fall. There is a side sa NGID M11. A little bit of a mistake there. That Chrono was just too far away from his teammates to be able to save him, and the Mortimer's Kiss is punishing Void for that usage of the Mask of Madness. And giekohan lang siya sa naong niya, aron di siya kadagan, just keeping him in place. And well, it's a disaster today on the top lane for MGID M11 and XA. Well, manimaus na pasod ang atong Faceless Void, and look at that attack speed. So many bashes today sa ato ang Lizard. Snapfire is going to fall diri sa bottom lane nato. Kel'Thuzad, hayahay kaayo. And Ace, nasa sa ilawom sa ihang tower. Despair could think of diving though. The setup is going to be there. So will the Remnant. Di ana gipagawas na ang armor, but the Laguna Blade. Well, Frost Armor doesn't protect against magic damage. So mauna ang ilahang ilabay sa ato ang Zeus as they get another pick off that is sa middle lane. And this is almost certainly going to be a tier 1 mid. Oh no, they even see the stacks. Nakitaan pa dyan nila para unta na sa Spectre, and they will steal it instead. Eric Nakahibaw siya nga naay heroes dire, murag nadunggan-dunggan niya, pero wala pa'y echo as the cookie will be there though. Enchant Totem, but the interruption from the Aether Remnant. Fisher gonna be finally thrown out, but the Mortimer's Kiss is far too late as the egg will be there. Lil Shredder going to try and kill the Phoenix. They do get that at the very least, pero duha na ang namatay dire sa XA game log as now the Aether Remnant is not going to miss once again as Kel'Thuzad getting punished though. Wala siya time walk for 1 second and he gets punished as Tox gets the kill with the Chain Frost. 2 for 3 trade. There is ato ang may triangle area sa XA game log. However, still a 6k gold lead. 16 minutes in, 18-14 ang ato ang scoreboard karon. But I believe they should be happy with every single one of these kills that they are getting on the side of XA game log, so long as they aren't losing too much. An offlaner and a support for an offlaner and a support and a carry is definitely a worthy trade dire. As top lane, nagbutang nagvision dire ang ato ang Phoenix. Young, he should know that this Phoenix is here. And he will dodge immediately as the Chrono is going to be there. There is a middle lane. The Zeus will be the target as the Dissimulate going to come out. Yols up into the air though. This Zeus is able to save himself for now, but he will fall eventually from the pulse. And now Kel'Thuzad diving onto the backlines. Meanwhile, si Crush 3X, siya na sa gi-aim ni Young, but he's not going to be able to get the kill on the Spectre as the Aether Remnant is going to land onto the Spec. And Young will die once again dire sa ato ang middle lane as they get none. XA game log, very desperate situation that they are in right now. 8k gold lead, 17 minutes in. And a 1.7k jump sa net worth for NGID M11. They didn't even need the egg for that. Only the Chrono was the big ultimate spent. And karon, should be harder and harder for them to take this void down as naana si Sanjin Yasha currently. And he will have the BKB queued up as his next item as a little bit of added protection against the Zeus, who so far is the only person who should be able to burst him down. Even then, he still needs the setup from the Snapfire and the Shaker. Speaking of which, Earthshaker, 18 minutes in, wala pa in town siya kakuha sa iyahang kinahanglan kayo nga dagger. 400 more gold. And that is very crucial dire for an Earthshaker, because if you're not able to make plays as a huge team fighting position 4, then, well, wala lang ko kibaw. It's very tragic dire. As bottom lane, paganihan ni feed ang ato ang Snapfire o Earthshaker ginagmay. Ang Vaseless Void naka free farm pag-ayo, and Kel'Thuzad is already level 14. Well, padung na siya makakuha sa mga level 15 niya, which is, well, those are actually some really good talents. 275 time walk cast range as well as 55 damage sa time lock. Tanaw na lang nato dire on sa next move dire nga magawas from either team. CK pushing out the top lane. Basing mo plano sila smoke dito, and they will smoke. The pings are going to come out from XA game log, so kaibaw sila nga naay mga tao dito sa ilahang kaugalingong jungle. And smoke will be popped. Si Tox ni TP out. The vision is going to be there, but it's not going to matter as he will TP out. NGID, however, they're happy with forcing out the TP. Chaos Knight na ano si pipe, meaning maka-pressure na ang NGID M11 onto this tier 2 tower. There's the top lane, and subsequently get an outpost after this. Once this is over. Okay. The smoke is going to come out, pero nakahibaw na sila since the fissure will be thrown out by the Earthshaker, who finally has a blink dagger. Not a lot of mana though. Eric Looking for the perfect initiation, pero kuwangan pag creeps. The smoke is finally going to be popped. The echo is going to be there, but only onto 2, as the control is just not enough. The haunt will be there, however. They're continuing to commit onto this Void Spirit. The Dissimulate is going to be there, and the Astral Step outside, as he saves himself for now, and the Chrono is going to be there, as well as the Egg. And now, XA game log just shattering apart as 2 dead on the side of XGL, as now the Shaker is dead. The net onto the Zeus, as he will be the third to die here. And now the Spectre, no further chasing. Going to come in from NGID M11, as they are very disciplined and contented with getting this top lane and 3 heroes. Nasayang ang Echo Slam ug ang Haunt ato, as the smoke was popped. Echo only hit 2 targets and no creeps whatsoever. Na-force siguro siya, napugsan siguro siya nga mo initiate ato kay tungod sa pagpop sa iyahang Smoke of Deceit, which absolutely ruined their team fight. And now Snapfire pugos na jud og rush sa iyahang Aghanim Scepter, although it's going to be very hard for him to get any use of it, since labaw na kaayo ang ato ang NGID M11 na sila pipe on the side of the Chaos Knight, as well as the Echo Saber, which should provide for some additional tankiness. Faceless Void, hapit na pod mahuman ang iyahang BKB. Only needs 700 more. Spectre, layo pa yung taon kayo sa tinuod, as Blade Mail pa ug siya ang iyahang na item dire. Top lane, murag ma-farm sa siya. He has to get whatever he can dire in this top lane, as the pressure should come again soon from NGID M11. Shaker kay sa siya, kuha sa Arcane Rune, level 10 pa in town siya, 20 minutes in, as I finally activated camera zoom once again. Well, I'm going to have to do some editing on niya aron makapislit ako sa kanang hero chase, but still crush the X. Nakit-an sa vision sa may XGL, pero too slick on the Selena. Just going to get out right away, as padung na siya makuha sa iyahang Yule Scepter. A few more waves and this should do it for the Lena to be able to get additional setup. Aron di na kayo niya kinahanglanon ang iyahang Chaos Knight. Yep, there it is. Nana siya gold for that, as Echo Slam onto the bottom lane is going to be there onto the Void Spirit. Is the control going to be enough? The gaze is going to be there from the Lich, and they finally get the kill onto Despair. And that Thunder God's Wrath will give them knowledge that Roshan is being taken here by NGID. They did get that kill, and it is a very big one indeed, as this Void Spirit kay Nana siya Aghanim Scepter, pero not enough. Kel'Thuzad, makuha na siyahang Aegis. And he will be the boss fight today for XGL. They need to be able to kill this guy 2 times if they want to be able to win the team fight. Eric, layo pa kayo sa tinuod sa iyahang Force Staff. At the very least na siya'y Blink Dagger o padung na ma-level 12, but still layo pa kayo sa tanan. Zeus, level 17, getting a lot of XP gikan sa mga kills dito, as Spectre going to be farming sa iyahang jungle. Fissure thrown out gikan sa Earthshaker, trying to stop Kel'Thuzad from hitting the tower further, as well as the armor going to be used, pero still only a temporary salvation for our tier 2 mid. Naara ang backup sa Chaos Knight if they need it. Naan siya Blink Dagger, as XA ayay namatay pa dyan ang Korean gagada sa iyang recipe sa Manta, as they know that the Spectre is here. Dai Young, mapop na ang smoke, so they know that he is there, pero he'll TP out. Vision is too late, and the Spectre will survive for now, as he dodges the smoke gang completely unharmed. Still though, his courier is dead, and he won't get his Manta for another 2 minutes. As 25 minutes, Bounty Rune spawns. Kuhaon na siguro sa MGID ang upat dire as bottom lane. Despair giving Tox his daily dose of despair as in the middle lane. Mamatay po si Eric. And now, Kel'Thuzad up into the high ground. Napasiyay Aegis, so he's very confident. He still hasn't used the Chrono, however. And now, Schemer Boy being pulled back into the waiting arms of this Chaos Knight. And now the Haunt will be used as well as the Thunder God's Wrath. So namatay ang Faceless Void. For now, he will time walk away as that is an Aegis wasted here. Wala dyan siya nigamit sa iyahang time walk paganiha, which will lead to this Zeus getting a kill onto this Faceless Void, pero still standing strong na apay BKB o Chrono kung iyahang kinahanglan gamiton, and no more Haunt di asa tuang Spectre. May na lang na sila Echo, but they will still have a hard time dealing the actual damage and finishing this Faceless Void off, as he will have the BKB up and ready. Chopin ga tambay-tambay lang sa sa backline kung aron mo protekta sa iyahang carrying a Faceless Void, as the Fissure will be thrown out. Dili sa siya mo gamit sa iyahang Echo. Uy, ang Zeus kay nabalak ka siya gamay sa ato ang Faceless Void. I mean sa ato ang Void Spirit rather. Hadlok-hadlok siya nagmay. Chopin, farm na sa niya ang Faceless Void since wala na may Aegis. Mukuha sa siya sa iyang MKB for additional damage. Oy, 3 heroes scattering there sa mid. Abi kung mag-smoke na sila, and they might actually go for it with the Snapfire. Pero, who knows? Chopin, nagtambay lang sa high ground. They could initiate onto the Spectre as the pull is going to be there. Wala na bira ang mga illusion, but the follow-up will be there as well, as they have enough damage for the Spectre. The Chain Frost is not going to be able to save Die Young, as now the net is going to come out onto Tox. The Yul's up into the air as well, going to be able to set up onto the Lich. And now si Schemer Boy siyang gisunod. Laguna Blade is going to be there as well as the Chaos Bolt, and that'll be a dead Snapfire as 3 dead from the side of XGL. I don't know why the Spectre showed himself without XGL trying to smoke. A little bit careless here as Kel'Thuzad time walks up into the high ground. Doesn't want to be stopped by the Fissure as the Chain Lightning is being thrown out by the Zeus here. Although the laser are going to keep Kel'Thuzad healthy. Faceless Void, nag-iharas-hiras siyang pag-ayo. Gamit ang Fissure, pero still not going to be enough. Wala pagigamit ang Echo. Spectre should respawn in 5 seconds and Haunt will be available. Are they going to go for the big Echo Slam here? Walay vision ng NGID as they will retreat. Nakontento sa sila with what they've gotten here in the middle lane. Nakuha na nila ang melee Rex, meaning mapush na automatically padung sa side sa XGL ang mga creeps. 23k gold lead na ang labaw sa ato ang NGID M11. They cannot place any vision outside of their own base as it is far too risky. Oy. Oh, okay. Nakita na sa ng Spectre. Oh no, he could die one more time. The Chain Frost is going to be there as well as the armor going to protect the Spectre. And now they will finally get rid of the CK. And the Haunt is going to come out. Killing spree, however, from this Faceless Void as he gets rid of 2 heroes. Dito sa ato ang backlines. Make that 3. As Crush 3X will get a kill onto Eric as 4 dead again on the side of XGL. And up into the base. NGID go. Kel'Thuzad, mag-push na sad sila dire sa ato ang mga towers as the armor will be thrown out onto the tier 3. Still though, not going to stop the damage coming out from this Faceless Void. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, natagak na pod ang ilahang middle racks. They're desperately trying to protect their towers as a lone Lich. Not going to be enough, however, as the damage will be there from Crush 3X as well as Kel'Thuzad. Ang top lane na pod ang giharas sa ato ang Void Spirit as it should be the next to fall here. Time walk up onto this tower. Gihatagan na sa dog armor, but it's just not gonna be enough to prevent the damage. As Kel'Thuzad in prime position to take towers. The TP is going to come in from the Spectre. However, the Lightning Bolt is going to be there, but he's just going to time walk it off as Schemer Boy is going to get killed once again. Lich almost dies from the burst damage of this Void Spirit as the Chaos Bolt will grab the kill onto this Lich and chop in. Mudagan lang si Papalayo, pulls himself back. Padosa creeps, and now the setup is going to be there onto this Zeus, and now the Spectre na lang ang nisaw sa ato ang Remnant dire as the Echo Slam just not going to be able to do enough. And NGID, well, unsa pa may akong masulti. Hayahay na kayo sila as they already have Mega Creeps and they are looking to end dire sa ato ang duwa. XGL, wala na jud sila ay mabuhat dire. Kel'Thuzad just going to time walk the damage off. And the Mortarburst Kiss is going to come out, but the dive will be there from the Phoenix. Giving vision onto Schemer Boy, and well, nothing is going to stop NGID from claiming this throne now as the Fountain starting to get farmed here as the Chaos Bolt will be thrown out for staff back further into the Fountain. However, the big target will still be the throne as the Chronosphere will be there onto the Fountain. Uy! Namatay na dyan si Kel'Thuzad. They finally got the kill onto him as this Fountain dive is not going to pay off for this Voiceless Void as well as the Chaos Knight. Fisher going to miss once again. Gikan kang Eric. It feels like this whole game he has been missing Fissures left and right, but on the Yules up into the air. Oh! Despair going to try and TP out. It's going to get interrupted though by the Lightning Bolt, and finally they do get a kill. On to the cores, dire sa ato ang NGID M11. For the first time in this game, all three cores dead on the side of NGID. Still though, they're facing Megas. And it should be a matter of time before this Ancient falls dire, ladies and gentlemen. 30k gold lead. Nag-fountain dive, Jod. Ang ato ang NGID. Nihatag og chance sa XGL aro makabawi. Pero still, layo na kayo ang labaw. Oy, nakita ng Phoenix. The Lotus Orb is going to be there. Yules up into the air. Gikat sa duha. They're just bouncing spells off of each other. And now the Sentry will be placed. Lightning Bolt not going to land exactly on this Phoenix. As wala na sa'y mamatay. No further disables, no further kills. As Zeus is being forced to TP back dire and deal with these Megas nga samok ayo sa tanan. Roshan kay nabuhi na pud balik, so he should have Aegis and Cheese. Ikahuman ni Faceless Void kay padung na pud magsatanik. Nag-farm lang siya dire. He is under vision, pero what can they do on the side of XGL with that vision? Not exactly much as this Lich, very low life. Magtambay lang siya sa base and well, since wala na may gaprotekta nilang towers, they should be jumped anytime soon by this Chrono. Nga cooldown pa for 30 seconds. They're just going to be waiting for this Faceless Void to be back up once more. As well, NGID surrounding the towers. Gigamit ng Phantasm. The armor will be there onto the throne, but it's just not going to be enough as the Time Walk will be there. They're finishing this game here. Kel'Thuzad not even needing to throw out the Chrono. The Chain Frost is going to bounce back, however, and Travens will get the kill onto Eric. The egg will be popped in one last team fight where XGL loses once again. The Chrono will be used, pero nothing is going to stop NGID M11 from taking their victory, and they will be moving on to our semi-finals as this game is over for XGL. Salamat sa inyong pag-apil, pero XA Game Log will be saying goodbye for now sa ato ang tournament as NGID M11 move forward. Ang ilahang makontra kay ang Amihan Gaming, and well, We will be taking a bit of a short break. Shout out sa akong topadre nga si Chuplak, and salamat kaayo sa pagtabang nako. But for now, we will be returning after a short break, ladies and gentlemen. Daog ang NGID. Daog ang NGID. So, tuara, ato lang sang i-update ang mga scoreboard nato, and we will be back. We'll be taking a short break. See ya in a bit. Maayong hapon once again, ladies and gentlemen. We are back dire sa ato ang South.GG Moonlight Clash Dota 2 Tournament Game 3 sa ato ang Day 6 group stages. Of course, once again, I am Chrominus and I will be with you today. Tanaw nato kung kinsay makadaog and who will be moving forward sa ato ang finals. Is it going to be NGID M11 or is it going to be Amihan Esports? And since nagsuda naman ang draft, I will not stall any longer. We can go right into the drafting phase nato. Wait a second. I'm going to have to edit that. Please. I'm going to have to apologize for that. And ako lang sanang editon ginagmay. As That is definitely not XA game log, ladies and gentlemen. This is Amihan Esports sa ato ang Dire team. And Well, let's see. Faceless Void nigawas na dire sa ato ang Amihan Esports. So, maone ang ato ang first phase. Mirana gipang pick na sa Mirana being picked here by Mirana and Mars. Maone ang opening day karon sa NGID M11 na ayo na nako. Salamat kaayo Chaplak. Pero I'm fine. I should have done this earlier, I think. So I don't ma-avoid tong inato ka sitwasyon, pero still the bans will come out now from NGID M11 as well as Amihan Esports, Magnus og Tiny. Meanwhile, Amihan Esports, Clockwork og CK mao jay ilahang gi-ban pag sugod aning duwa kay nakita nilang dominante kayo ang NGID gamit ang ilahang pagpick sa Chaos Knight. So ila nang gikuha hasta ang lina og Faceless Void nga opening para sa ato ang Amihan Esports. Meanwhile, NGID M11, well, standard lang siya. Mirana nga naay Moonlight Shadow, pwede ra maka-set up og gank. Mura ra siya libre nga smoke as well as the arrow nga pang para sa ekonomiya niya nga mukuha siya items og XP while not really stealing that much from the Mars, which of course Amihan Esports have to deal with by blocking their own hard camp today against this Mirana as Slardar o Beastmaster gipangbana dire sa NGID M11. So Amihan Esports wala na sila makuha nga Beastmaster PA nga combo. Meanwhile dire sa Amihan Esports ilang gibanang Oracle og ang PA kay dili sila ganahan nga mapugsan ang ilahang Faceless Void nga rush og MKB rather. And the Oracle, well, standard lang jud siya nga support nga samo kayo throughout this whole tournament na siya mga saves and it counters this Faceless Void kay kung dili makrono gali ang Oracle kay pwede ra siya mo save sa mga targets nga gikronohan as well as disarming this Faceless Void. So NGID M11 sila ang mukuha sa ato ang Phoenix karon. Going back to this Phoenix nga ilahang gihimong position 5 ganiha, and from the looks of it mahimo na sad ning position 5 dire balik sa ato ang duwa as Elder Titan will be the hero dire gikan sa Amihan Esports. Mao siguro ni ang kapartner din sa Faceless Void in the top lane as NGID. Sila na mag-specter nga ang mga carry karon nga duwa kay puros mga purple dire as MGID mukuha sila og Spectre. Usa ka hero nga dili kayo dali i-burst gamit ang Chronosphere and as well as ang iyahang passive which will make it harder for them to jump him. Pero Viper going to come out from Amihan Esports. Mao siguro ni ang either mid nato or offlane. We have seen this hero in both roles, pero It'll probably be used to harass the Spectre out of the lane using the first skill. So, basing off-lane siguro ni ang kakuyog kay Lina. Either kana or ila ni butang ni Viper nato sa middle lane ya magkuha sila og Sun King, which is of course guaranteed nga disable nga pwede ra maka-follow up ang ato ang Lina dire kika sa Burrow Strike og Light Strike are nga combo na sila daghang damage nga AoE, Epicenter og Epicenter og Dragon Slave, as well as ang Stomp gikan sa Elder Titan og ang Earth Splitter. So, Viper, that's actually good against two heroes there sa NGID M11. Mo counter siya sa Viper hasta sa Mars. Sorry? Salamat. So, magpadayon direta sa ato ang drafting. Mao ni guys, best of 1 ra siya kung kinsay makadaog kay mo kontra sa winner dito sa Facebook stream nga side. So, NGID M11 waiting sa ban sa Amihan Esports and moban sila og Zeus. Okay ra ring Zeus unta against the Viper, pero it's going to be banned out by NGID by Amihan Esports rather, and NGID sila na say ilahan na sang turno para mo ban og hero, which is going to be the Death Prophet. So sa pananaw nila ila jong gihunahon na nga mahimo ning offlane ang Viper, so they banned out the mid hero, which is the DP, which of course nindot siya makadag pressure sa mga towers, and diana as I've said, Sun King brightan ako I'm so smart, I'm a genius. Just kidding. Pero Faceless Void na dyan siya ikanang follow up gikan sa from outside the Chrono, which is of course going to be the epicenter, as well as the Burrow Strike nga pwede ra combo ni Amihan Esports. Daghans kayo sila pwede maduwaan kay na ay set up from the Sun King or the Faceless Void nya pwede stanan sa Elder Titan or sa Lina. A lot of area disables dire sa Amihan Esports going to come out as NGID M11 murag magkaliso jud siguro ni Sali ang ato ang Spectre dire, because Phoenix Spectre, while it is not the weakest lane in the world, it still shouldn't be able to stand against something like a Lina Sun King kay daghan ra kayog stuns and too little HP aron makasagang ang NGID M11. Sun King kay pwede na siya nasi duha ka flavor sa, so to say, sa Sun King nato karon nga patch na ay max stun o max caustic, since melee ra man ato ang Spectre, or pwede na siya mo max og say tawag ni Sandstorm. Either way, NGID M11 is going to have to worry about their Spectre. There is a bottom lane nato, as the final pick from NGID will be this Wind Ranger dire mga kaigsuunan, and we are going to be heading into this game very soon, as this the matchup will be Wind Ranger versus Viper dire in the middle lane. Feel nako na gamayng advantage ato ang Viper kay I will take back my words from yesterday nga naingon ko nga ang Wind Ranger kay na advantage against the Viper. I will take that back, as this Viper should be able to harass out the Wind Ranger, since ang WRD man siya ganahan makakuha Wind Run first as the first skill point, just to avoid the harass from the Viper, and the power shot is probably not going to be enough to catch up with the farm sa Viper kung mo max siya og Nether Toxin. As well, Lina will be the position 4, of course. Lily, sa ato ang Elder Titan supporting this Faceless Void nga gidwa ni Jacko. Kel'Thuzad, once again playing carry role dire on this Spectre this time, although I will have to say nga murag mas disadvantage ro ni pag-ayo ang NGID M11. So para na nako, I think makadaog ang Amihan dire unless something drastic happens. Still, good luck to both teams. Wait. So, aray, magsugo ng duwa. Daghan ang gigamit nga all chat dire as, well, 3 people starting out there sa ato ang bottom lane going to probably try and contest this bounty rune as 3 tulusad ka tao ang gipadala sa ato ang Amihan to maybe try and get first blood diha dapita there is sa bottom lane as, well, okay, there it is finally. Nagamit na dyan siya ang ato ang assistant camera operator. Yay! Finally! For the first time in forever. Lina, nagbutang na sila ward diri sa ato ang bottom lane. As this Spectre will have to worry about the harass coming in from our Lina and our Sun King diri. Amihan Gaming looking to play very proactively, very aggressively onto this bottom lane. Mars Mirana, nagbutang na sila og ward diri sa may top nato, which is going to scout out any possible pulls maybe. No, I think nilakra sila vision diri dapita. Still though, they are going to know kung asa mo ning si Elder Titan nato. So they could probably attempt to get a kill onto the Elder Titan later because he might hit hard pero he is not the tankiest thing in the world. Although I do say that he has 720 HP pero kung tabangan siya sa duha ka hero, then he may still have a hard time as Lily taking a lot of harass today. And bottom lane, well, mauna niya ang ato ang matchup, Sun King versus Spectre. Kel'Thuzad, a lot of last hits being taken here by Abby very early as he gets the caustic finale level 2. Murag mao siguro na yung build mga magawas. Meanwhile, the Burrow Strike is going to come out as well as the LSA onto our Phoenix. Maybe one more set of right clicks. No, the Fairy Fire will be popped, saving his life for now. Nasi ay 80 nga HP and he will survive. Regening very fast under the tower. Meanwhile, there is ato ang middle lane. 8 last hits on our Viper. 2 denies. Ang ato ang Wind Ranger not very far off as nasi ay unom ka last hit og tulo ka deny. Bottom lane, Kel'Thuzad as well as Travins already being forced to burn through a lot of regen as this Slippers of Agi may not be working out all that well for him. Mupalit siya og Heart of Thrask, so that should help with the regen. Meanwhile, top lane, mamatay jud si Lily. As I've mentioned, that ward helping them out as Crush 3X will grab that kill onto our Elder Titan. First blood, dire sa ato ang top lane. And Jacko will be alone for now as he's forced to hit creeps without his partner in lane. He's still doing pretty well so far. 11 last hits, 0 denies. Not too far from that Mars. Nga na ay 13 ka last hit. O walay deny. Spectre. Na siya Ring of Tarask, which is providing him with a lot of regen as well as HP there sa bottom lane. Although Sand King still able to harass him with the damage output from that Caustic as well as the Burrow Strike. Lina, however, still level 1. So there's a bit of an XP disadvantage today on this Lina here in the bottom lane. Finally gonna get that level 2. Aronana siya ay makuha nga Dragon Slave. Oh, she's still saving the skill point actually. Okay, the stun is going to be there as well as the Burrow Strike. The stuns, nagkadungan-dungan na sila though, so the damage has not been maximized. They might just be happy with Kel'Thuzad being low health though, since he will be forced to stay under tower. Pero the salve is going to come out from the Phoenix. A very good support. Amigo na sila. And Dazai, gonna contest this pull. Kagibuhat sa ato ang Phoenix dire. Ang Phoenix na hinuoy na labaw sa ato ang XP dire in the bottom lane. As Sand King, level 4 na, pero forced to pop the salve as he's taking a lot of damage here. Viper, 29 last hits, 4 denies. Ang mid-wind ranger nato nga si Despair ang kinahanglan mo apas as 4 minutes. Nikuha na og regen si Mirana nato. None of the mid laners will get the runes as both of them have bottles, pero well, content lang sila nga maosa ang status quo for now as bottom lane giharas na sa pag-ayaw nga to ang Spectre dire. The LSA and the Burrow Strike have already been committed, but the dive is going to come in from Travis as Burrow Strike will prevent any further harasses. Crush 3x. Masok magan sa ato ang Elder Titan ring, a level 2 pa in town, but boy, does his auto attacks hurt. It's 114 damage dire sa ato ang Elder Titan as padung na mag 5 minutes bounty runes. Padung na mo-spawn, Kel'Thuzad as well as the Sand King, both very very low here dire sa bottom lane as CS lol. Just kidding. As this Viper, level 6 na, na-stack siya ginagmay para siya ang Kogolingon and Nether Toxin. He's gonna be able to farm that later as Sand King. Pa siya ay Magic 1 nga pwede gamiton pero he's very low on HP here. As maabot na ang iyahang crown as well as the raindrops. Tango should come off cooldown soon as the Burrow Strike is going to be there as the LSA. The dive is not going to land and the Phoenix is going to be stopped in his tracks actually. Although Spectre not minding all too much kay nana siya Magic Stick as well as the Ring of the Rask helping him survive that lane. Puros na mga gagmay HP ning mga hero nato diri sa bottom except for the Lina. As top lane, Lily looks like he's gonna be harassed here a little bit. No arrow being thrown out yet though. Abby, chill lang. Padung na siya makakuha sa iyahang Veil of Discord. Veil of Discord. Mars. Level 5 na, bag-ora. But so is Jacko. Wala dyan niya nakuha ang stun. Wala dyan niya nadaro padung sa mga kahoy as Abby will start creep cutting as well with his Lina right behind him. Although he may have to be a little bit careful kay naas sila yung mga sentry dire courtesy of Travins. And this Sand King is very low HP. Spectre kay hayahay na siya. He's catching up to this sa farm nato here in the bottom lane. 31 last hits. Pare-parehara sa ato ang Sand King. Gatopong lang sila. As the TP is going to come in from Despair. The focus fire is going to be there onto the Zai immediately. The LSA is not even going to land as he jukes that out. Despair will finish off the Selena in the backlines. And now he could go for Abby. Oh, the raindrops is going to block the damage from the power shot though. So he will live for now. As one kill was used there. And not much to say, no haste. So he's going to be able to get back to the mid lane quickly. He may have to be careful though as Jawo has the slows there. The Viper Strike will be coming onto this Wind Ranger. The Wind Run will run out eventually as the Poison Attack will take Despair down, slowly burning his HP. And he will fall dire sa atuang triangle and he TP stop once again. And dire, Chronosphere has actually been committed. Dire sa atuang Mars as Sleep will be there as well as the Nether Toxin breaking the shield of the Mars and Chopin will die. That is a double kill for the Viper and he should go back to the lane soon, just in time to greet Wind Ranger once again. Small lead here, dire para sa ato ang Amihan Gaming. Less than 1k as this Spectre, hayahay kayo siya. Although the harass is going to be there as well as the stuns. Finally, a lot of harass coming out. Kel'Thuzad forced to pop that magic wand very early. I doubt he's going to die though. Oh, scratch that. I may just beat my own words here as the LSA is going to land. He's taking so little damage though. As Abby will not find the Burrow Strike. No epicenter yet, so he cannot kill this Spectre. On 1.1k HP. 10 regen per second under this tower. So, daghan kayo siya regen dre, hayahay na kayo siya, pero so is this Sand King nga na ay 43 last hits now, going to TP back to base. Yes, ang hatagan og lane ang iyahang ang Lena, excuse me. Viper nato actually ran back to base. Hapit na siya makakuha sa iyahang Rod of Athos. So he'll probably rotate it sa ato ang bottom lane soon. Despair meanwhile, naa sa jungle niya. Farm lag mga neutrals dire. Nakakuha na siya Arcane Ring on this Wind Ranger. Already level 8. Only 2 kills so far dire ang nahitabo dire on both teams. Although sa Amihan, Arena is going to be there. This Viper is in a bit of trouble though. The Haunt is going to come out from the Spectre. Although Chopin gets his life turned around on him. And now Kel'Thuzad will get the kill onto Jawo, but he still falls. And 3 dead on the side of NGID M11. They just went a little bit too deep there. What just happened? They got a bit too greedy. Nakakaon sila Astral Stomp. Di asa ato ang Echo Stomp di ay. Makita na nga tong Lina once again by the Wind Ranger. The LSA gonna be dodged once more as 4-5 ang ato ang score. However, it's all support kills so far. Yep. Okay. Namatay na din ang Viper di ay. Kausa. Dito sa top lane. Still though. Okay. NGID, they actually do have the lead. Despite being down 1 kill. As the dagger is going to come out. Madodge na sa Sand King. And Faceless Void going to TP dire sa ato ang bottom lane. Ano, dili na kay siya ma-pressure. Meanwhile, top. The tower is going to fall here. As Burrow Strike going to come out onto Kel'Thuzad. Na ay Elder Titan diri. Kagakukod kang Spectre na to. Pero nakitaan siya sa ward. So Kel'Thuzad will just, alright, I'll just run away. Nothing you can do to me anyway. Mirana, nag-scout lang siya ginagmay. Iyang kawaton ang farm sa Viper as Crush X3. Nangawat yun mga last hit. Are they gonna defend this stack? Murag di, Jud, as, oh my goodness, nakawat yun nila pagkadaguan ng kwartaha. Bottom lane being pressured, pero the stack will still be stolen. And that is a big jump sa ito ang net worth today. 1k gold lead now for NGID. Towers dire sa middle lane kay wala pa kaayo na pressure pag ayo. Bottom lane, however, is going to fall soon. Yan na. Ang Sun King nato kay nana siya Veil of Discord pero wala pa siya Blink Dagger as the smoke is going to come out. They're going to flank NGID as the setup is going to be there. The Athos, the Arena will not help save Despair, however. The arrow is going to land actually onto Abby, and now the initiation is totally gone wrong here. The egg is going to pop, and now Chronosphere onto this Wind Ranger. She is going to fall today, pero Jawo, so will he. As 2 for 1 diri sa ato ang middle lane. And well, they just walked into the egg. I don't know what just happened there. Amihan taking a disadvantageous fight today sa ato ang middle lane. And 6-6 na ang ato ang score. Finally evened out pero 1k ang advantage today sa ato ang NGID and Spectre. Getting absolute, well, almost absolute free farm here. As na siya Blade Mail og Threads in 12 minutes. As well as the Heart of Tarask, meaning maka-farm na siya. Just enjoying life today sa ato ang ancient camp today. Should be sitting in that triangle for a very long time. Ayahay kayo. As Jawo, they will try another smoke. They want to make something happen with this Rod of Athos, which is not another failure this time. As they plant the vision, the Athos is going to be there. The Wind Run just a little too early as the Echo Stomp will be there. Wait, the Burrow Strike misses though, as the MLS is going to save this Wind Ranger. What just happened? Not enough range dito sa ato ang Burrow Strike and too much DPS for the Echo Stomp to keep her asleep. They're going to change targets and push the middle lane now. They have forced out the Moonlight Shadow, so kibaw na sila nga walay maka-flank nila. Although they still have to be careful of the Arena as well as the Haunt. Sand King, kay tambay-tambay na siya. The dust is going to come out as well as the Yule set up into the air. The Arena of Blood making sure that this Sand King will fall there in the middle lane. And Abby will die another time. Second death there sa ato ang Sand King. as he will fall. 2k gold lead now for our NGID. They're not able to pressure the Spectre at all. So it's so far so good sa NGID. If this is the way that it's going to go, then this is almost certainly going to go for NGID since wala na kayo nila naharas in that bottom lane thanks to that purchase sa Heart of Tarask. I mean, say, sa Ring of Tarask rather. My bad. They are going to be able to push this game all the way to the late game, but the Atos nakadungog ko in the middle lane, but the egg is going to be popped by this Phoenix. No kills going to be attempted any further dire sa ato ang mid. I don't think na sila smokes on the side of on the side of Amihan nga nabilin. Yep, wala na. Mag-farm lang sila dire sa middle lane, just zoning the Phoenix out. Sundan ra sa Spirit. As 5 heroes gathering onto this middle lane, they want to pressure the tier 1. And since wala na may itlog, they're going to have a hard time defending this if they're even going to try. The arrow will fly out, but it'll miss. Spectre still, nag-farm gihapon siya sa iyahang triangle with the blade mail. So, padong na siya sa iyahang manta style as Phoenix buys the smoke. They want to make a move soon with this Moonlight Shadow as well as the Haunt and Arena. Wind Ranger, tago-tago lang siya dire sa ato ang top lane. Hayahay lang kayo sila on the side of NGID as haste will be popped. Nakita nila ang ato ang Sand King as the Arena will be there. No chance for him to escape as the arrow setup will be there. Crush will get the kill. And well, the Sand King, he had the comfortable time there sa ato ang bottom lane paganiha, but now it's all turning around as this top lane is going to be in a bit of trouble here. Spectre actually leading in the net worth charts today, as well as the Faceless Boy. Tupong-tupong lang sila. But still though, the tower is about to fall. The TP is finally going to come out from a Dazai, but the Moonlight Shadow will be there. Stomp is going to miss. And they're not going to be able to get anything out of those TPs besides a tower that is barely alive. They just managed to salvage it for now, temporarily, as mid lane. I think they know where the Sand King is once again. And Void, kaping na diri sa ato ang bottom lane as the Chronosphere is going to come out. But the Wind Run! Used in time here! This Void thought he was slick, but little did he know Despair is even slicker, as in the top lane, kills could be happening here. Lily is going to fall, but now the Atos is going to come out onto the Mars as he will try for the TP out. Dazai is not going to allow that, however, as the Laguna Blade will come out. Terisato ang Mars, leap away, gonna dodge the MLS, but now the Dust is going to come in onto Abby. Are they going to dive? Are they going to dive for that kill? No, not quite. As the Sand King will get out of there for now. Nana siya a blink dagger, I believe, on this Sand King. Yep, that is a blink. So they finally do have some proper initiation today, but they have to be careful since labaw na kaayo ang ato ang NGID. 3k gold lead today. And if this is the way that you're leading in a Spectre team, you are certainly going to be happy with that, as the arrow not going to land. Blinken, Burrow Strike is going to miss once again as the vessel will be there and he is sitting under a sentry, so there's no way for him to get away. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, si Jabo, he's getting focus fired here. MLS is going to land onto the Spectre, but the dive will come in from the Phoenix. He has Egg if he wants to be able to use it. Jabo getting so low, and he's getting soloed by Kel'Thuzad. The Viper is going to go down, so will Dazai. Spectre will get the double kill here in the middle lane. And that is 3 dead now on the side of Amihan. And it's all falling apart here. Ang Spectre nga maontay counter, and now the ET will be the next target as the Shackle Shot landed onto that tree, allowing for the Arena of Blood to land onto that Elder Titan. No escapes here for Amihan Gaming as 13-8 now ang labaw. Hayahay na kayo ang NGID nato as leading in the net worth will be this Spectre, who has so far been just chilling in the jungle, just coming out to try and take a team fight whenever he wants, whenever he's able to get kills. And as we've seen, he did get the double dito sa middle lane, courtesy of that haunt. Now Jacko will have to make something big happen as he rushes the MKB. They really need to force fights with these ultimates of theirs because they can't keep getting picked off here by NGID. Otherwise, it'll be disastrous for them. Because 4K gold lead on the side of NGID. And you certainly don't want the Spectre to be leading. You don't want that Spec to be with the front foot. And now the Burrow Strike is going to come out as well as the LSA. And Chopin just melted dire sa tuang middle lane. The Laguna Blade not even being used there. As Chopin falls and they're looking at Roshan. A close game that is so far from NGID and Amihan. No haunt. The Phoenix is so far away. Gatang na lang ang ato ang Lina dire for the Bounty Dunes. And now the Phoenix knows. As he throws out the Fire Spirits, he could maybe dive, try to snatch this Roshan, but it's not going to come out. As the Time Walk out of the Roche Pit from this Faceless Void, who now has the Aegis. First Roche of the game, 20 minutes in, and the Chrono is going to be used, but no! He's stuck onto the cliff! He RTZ'd himself as the Atos is going to come out, but the Manta is going to come out as well. Oh no, the Spectre looks like he RTZ'd himself as well as Kel'Thuzad, as well as Jacko, both landing onto the high ground, and now Chopin is going to fall. Crumbling is NGID, and the Aegis is going to come out from the Faceless Void. No Echo Stomp, however. Going to land. The Time Lock is going... He's going to jump this Phoenix, but not going to find any additional bashes nor additional kills, as it's a 2-for-2 trade. Off-laner and mid going to die on the side of Amihan, as off-laner and carry will fall to this NGID. Aegis wasn't wasted yet, however, so Faceless Void, they're happy about that. Sila ang nakakuha sa XP. As 3K na lang ang labaw dire sa NGID. They could certainly try for another smoke later on, pero I feel like padong pa, napa sa courier sa Elder Titan na to. Oh no, it's just going to be at home. Hapit na po siya makakuha sa iyahang Glimmer Cape. Although, I'm not sure if that'll be the best purchase, especially considering na nagpalit na sila pag-ayo og daghang detection on the side of NGID for this Sand King. Might be a little bit redundant. Maybe it could be better to buy a Force Staff or something as they ward bottom. Na sila'y daghang sentry kaayo dire sa ato ang bottom lane, making sure nga walay makuha nga vision sa high ground ang ato ang Amihan. Jawo. Hapit na siya makakuha siyang Guardian Greaves, pero ang unahon lang sa niya karon kay Blade Mail, as Despair will fall in the bottom lane. Na solo kill ra siya sa ato ang dili day solo kill as Sand King, they could be looking for more. Moonlight Shadow is gonna be there. Do they have the detection? The stomp is going to land as well as the Burrow Strike, and now they do have the sentry. Setup will be there onto this Mirana, but the haunt is going to come out now. Top lane. Looks like something could be happening here as Jawo is going to fall. This gank from NGID, they do get the mid laner in return. This Viper getting caught out by the Mars as well as the Phoenix. Tungod ra sa vision nga naa sila on that Amihan jungle. Level 17 na tao ng ato ang Void, and he will have Chrono back up in 1 second. It is there. Crush, gatambay-tambay lang sa ato ang mga kaahoy. Faceless Void, does he know the setup could be there anytime soon, so he may have to be careful. There is ato ang bottom lane as the fortification will be used. Crush, makita na siya ni Abby, but the arrow is going to come there as the Burst Strikeout will be used as well as the Sandstorm. Gatrangkid sa itaw ng ato ang Sand King aron maka-regen na siya from these fights, as Spectre also pressuring the tier 2 top. In fact, siya makauna og kuhag tier 2 tower, and they are going to be getting the outpost that is sa top lane sa to soon. As bottom, they're still trying to get this tier 2. Amihan in position. Although NGID is not going to be playing into their hands. They do not want to take a team fight there because they're considering a basing na ay vision diha. It's not going to be good for us to take a fight there as Spectre. Nag-farm lang siya sa may top lane. Hayahay lang kaayo. Just chilling. They do get the tower eventually dito sa bottom lane, pero it's rather slow compared to this Spectre, who finally has displayed mail and the manta. Paro na po siya makakuha sa iyahang Skadi. Mirana going to have to push out the bottom lane, and top lane also being pushed here by NGID. Wind Ranger na siya MKB o Blink Dagger, so na siya initiation as well as damage. Mirana naalang sa bottom, ga-farm lang po. Naapot siya iyahang kaugalingong utility items in the form of the Spirit Vessel. And padung na po ng Yules. I actually expected nga by this time naanauntay ka ng Yules o Vessel ng atong Mirana, pero it's been a bit rough for her. Still though, considering that their team is doing fine overall, I think they're happy about that. Kontento na sila na as this Mars na siya Blink ug Yules. Pipe will be the next item as there is a smoke coming in from the middle lane. 4 heroes nag-atang dire, pero scan is going to come out from Amihan. They know where this Spectre is. Nag-farm pa siya sa iyahang triangle as the Kel'Thuzad will dodge the Burrow Strike. Spirit is still following them, however, but the MLS will be used now as Faceless Void. Wala na siya Aegis. Hagbay na ni Expire, and another smoke wasted. Another Burrow Strike missed by Abby here on the Sand King. A series of unfortunate events today para sa Amihan, as they're not having a good time here. They tried to force team fights, but not happening. As NGID will continue to try and get takeoffs here, as the Wind Run is going to come out from the Wind Ranger. Not exactly going to see anybody just yet. Faceless Void na to. Farm lang sa sila. Just like the Spectre, pero 5 people now smoking in the middle lane. Wala nakakita ang Amihan kay wala sila vision dito lagara. Uh-oh, they see the Viper once again. The Blink Initiation will be there. The God's Rebuke and immediate Arena Haunt. But the Earth Splitter is going to be there. The Stomp is going to be there as well, landing onto Kel'Thuzad, but it's just not enough damage as the Epicenter is going to try and kill Hop. Chopin, but the Yules up into the air, meaning they will be able to kite that out. Meanwhile, they actually do get the kill onto this Wind Ranger onto the back lines, and now ang Mars na karon ang gigukod. Abby doesn't have the mana for the stun onto Chopin though, as Crush will get another kill onto the back lines. Lily will fall. This Elder Titan is going to go down. Mars, Kel'Thuzad, they're going back in. The LSA is going to land, pero Jacko will pop the BKB. The MKB, not enough damage as Kel'Thuzad is very tanky, 2.4k HP, as well as the dispersion. Chopin will fall, however, and Dazai going to try and make the TP out. He will get away from there, as Miranda this time being the one to get jumped, as wala na siya ika-ikyas. The time dilation being used here by the Faceless Void, as they just went in one by one and get solo killed by the Void. Well, a little bit of chaos today ang nigawas today sa ato ang Roche Pet nga team fight, as well, Amihan making the most out of it. 1.4k jump sa net worth na to. Still a 4k lead though for NGID, although they may have to change strategies after that one, as Wind Ranger paduna siya makuha og BKB. Ang Viper in town, layo pa kayo siya sa iyahang ganahan nga Guardian Greaves. 1.6k ra in town ang iyahang HP, and he may have more protection against magic damage. And meanwhile in the mid lane, a spare siya nang unang gilayatan, only down to half health as she's forced to walk away. Walay extra nga follow-up coming from the Lina or the other Titan, as cooldown pang Earth Splitter niya pa kaniha. Mag-farm lang sa Drikadiot ang ato ang NGID once again as Amihan. They're gathering up today and they could be aiming for a smoke once again. Looks like they're not. Oy. Lali, nagbutang siya gano. Observer ward dito pero nakahibaw ang NGID na ay ward since na sa naman sa ilahang sentry. As it looks like they could be going for a smoke play here. 3 people gathered and they see Jacko, so they know nga. The arena is going to be there as well as the haunt immediately. The follow-up arrow is going to land onto this void perfectly. Chopin gets Laguna though. So it's a 1-for-1 trade for now as Kel'Thuzad getting a toast up. Burrow Strike is going to land onto 2. The disabled dispersion is going to make sure that the Zai gets that kill onto this Spectre. So not so tanky anymore as she gets cornered. Stun on 2, making sure nga mapatay nila ang additional 2 heroes there. Mirana and Spectre will both fall. It happened too damn quick, so the Spectre probably didn't expect it. Naan si Eye of Skadi, pero still, kung ma-dispel, kung ma-purge, kung ma-break ang iyahang dispersion, they can still take him down easily, especially considering na sila Veil of Discord and that Burrow Strike onto 2. Landing perfectly here from Abby, making up for those missed Burrow Strikes earlier as ang advantage dito sa NGID, 2K na lang ang nahabilin. They could look for more. Abby, nakita niya ang Mars today sa top lane as the Burrow Strike is going to come out. MLS will be used, however, to save Chopin as wala na detection. Napa sa backpack ang dust as the MLS. They could set up onto Jawo. Nakita na nila ang Viper Dre sa ang jungle. He's being a little bit greedy here. Although perhaps they may not make a move as there's no haunt yet. Despair, mo dagan lang sa siya papalayo, and Amihan, well, dikit-dikit lang sa sila dito sa top lane nato as Jacko with the Paladin Sword, padung na siya mo kuha asad sa iyahang Satanic for additional lifesteal as well as tankiness. That status resistance and 40 strength going to definitely come in handy for this Faceless Void. As now the contest will come in today on the side of NGID. Smoke also going to come out from Amihan, however, going to try and limit the options that NGID have with the vision. And now they see the Mars. Both will blink out and miss each other. And Elder Titan not going to land the stomp either, as the Mars just dodges that. But now the Mirana might not be so lucky as the Laguna Blade is going to immediately come out onto her. And Crush will fall. There is ato ang top lane. Only the Laguna being committed as naan ay Aghanim Scepter ang ato ang Lina for that pure damage. Going to be very helpful against that Spectre. Pierce's spell immunity now. So they could burst people through BKB. So kung panaglitan ang Wind Ranger kay 50% na lang ang iyahang HP and mo gamit siyang BKB, she can still be bursted as the Arena of Blood is going to come out immediately onto this Faceless Void. The Aegis is not going to be popped yet as the Time Walk is going to make it in time as he holds up into the air onto this Mars. He's getting very low. Egg onto the backlines. Can they kill it off in time? Yes, they will, as Abby will get the double. And Spectre, so far away, the MLS is still hiding him as the Aegis will be used here as Jacko will get the Chrono onto this Mirana. Die back here. Dre kang Crush, and now the TP will come in from the Sand King. Yules up into the air, going to allow the easy Burrow Strike to land onto this Spectre, as now the Laguna Blade is going to be used onto him. Still trying to juke into the trees though. Can he make it out? Can the TP lake it? Yes, he will! Mabuhi sa siya for now as this Spectre will make it back alive. Eye of Skadi making sure nga mabuhi siya. Very tanky on this hero and no more Atos being to land on the Spectre since ni gamit naman siya sa iyahang manta style. May pasiguro gihuwat lang siya nga mo manta ang Spectre nato. And then a toss kay Sayura kayo, and they had no follow-up stunts for them to be able to kill off this Spec. But now, what's important is a 2K gold lead ang naadre sa ato ang Amihan Gaming. As they are banging on this tier 2 top. After what felt like forever, there's finally going to be pressure on 2 towers. Amihan going to try and make up for what they've lost here. 2K gold lead now. Only slight net worth changes so far, as both teams just efficiently farming today all over the map, trying to see which team can get the better team fights, the better pickoffs. And Amihan once again in the lead sa ato ang kill score, as the MLS will be used here. They do not see the Sand King, however. Who is the next target? They really want to set up so bad on someone, and they will see the Viper today. Arena of Blood immediately. Perfect timing on the spear, but the Void is going to come in from the back lines. Wala pa siya Chronosphere, however. And the Viper will fall, and they're not going to get any return kills from that, as the Faceless Void forced to pop his cheese, and the BKB being used by the Wind Ranger. Focus Fire is going to be there. The Egg as well going to be used. There is Atuang Phoenix. And Despair going to continue to try and dive in. But now, the Laguna Blade is going to come out onto this Wind Ranger. But Kel'Thuzad, the Haunt, is going to be there. Lina is almost certainly going to fall. And so will the Elder Titan Dre. Only the Mars has fallen, as they could look for more Dre. Ang ato ang Spectre. So slow, so low on Abby. And they could get the additional kills today. Looks like they're not going to find the Sand King, but on the side lanes, they do get the Faceless Void. Nga wala dyan ni gamit sa iyahang BKB sukad. I'm not sure if it is greed or just hesitation, but the Faceless Void will die for ang mamatay dire sa ato ang sa side sa Amihan Gaming. As that is a 3.5k net worth jump dire once again. NGID having a small lead once again, as the score has been evened. Spectre, padung na siya makakuha sa iyahang Abyssal Blade. Already 3k HP, so even with that Nether Toxin, they could have a hard time bursting this guy down. They need to commit everything on the side of Amihan to be able to try and kill the Spectre, but it's so hard to do so. Labinag na ay Mars, picking people off left and right. Well, 1k gold lead now para sa NGID. And I would like to remind everybody, ang ato ang tournament, this is not just a tournament, this is a tournament for a cause, as we have donations up and available na ara sa ato ang mga description diha, as we are accepting both Gcash and Gcash and BPI. The numbers will be there sa descriptions. Contact Ariel A. Beltran aron matabangan ang mga nanginahanglan nga tao diha sa Luzon, Cagayan, and Isabela most especially. Kung unsay inyo ang tanan nga inyohang mahatag kanamo kay amo ng dublihan dire sa ato ang south.gg, and we will send that over to Kuya Nick. Siya na lang ang mo-distribute ana. Aron makahibaw jud mo that your money is in safe hands. We will certainly not waste it, and we appreciate sa tanang mga tao nga mohatag og donations. And even more importantly, the victims of the floods. Rolly and Ulysses, as the initiation is going to come in. There is a middle lane. The Haunt is immediately going to come out, giving vision onto everybody. Lalina will be the first to fall here, as she is getting stunned by the Spectre. Sleep is going to be there, however, but the Lotus Orb is going to be used as well. Spectre is going to be able to get away for now, but the Chrono just getting him on the tip. Is the damage going to be enough from the Faceless Void? The sustain is going to be there from the Sunray, as they will not kill the Spectre. The Egg is just too much. The sustain from this Phoenix going to make sure that the Spectre is kept alive, and now This Elder Titan being bounced around up into the air. The Glimmer Cape will be there, but the Sentry making sure nga mamatay ang Elder Titan as 4 fall once again on the side of Amihan. NGID. This was the fight that they were looking for as Travens with the Sunray save using that Supernova. The Lotus Orbs coming out there to be able to save this Spectre. And 4 dead on the side of Amihan. Sandstorm going to be there to try and prevent the push as well as the repair kit. But there are too many heroes, too many things hitting the towers on the side of NGID. And it will fall as Midrex is going to go down here. They could even transition to top if they certainly wish to do so. Because wala na'y chrono, wala na'y tigpugong sa ilaha. That is indeed going to be the play here as Focus Fire being used once again onto this Tier 3 top. Oh, Blink, Burrow Strike is going to come in as well as the LSA. The Laguna Blade is going to be there onto Despair, but he's not going to fall as the Yule's up into the air and the BKB will be used. Abby will go down. Pays with his life for that initiation. He tried to kill the Wind Ranger, but they just don't get any kills on the side of NGID. And now all of a sudden 11k gold lead ang ato ang labaw karon sa NGID. As well, the graphs are going to be there from a 2.5k deficit. Nakuha na unta sa Amihan ang labaw ganiha, pero finally they bring it all the way back to 11k, higher than it ever was before. As Roshan, well, still dead, but that could be the next move today sa ato ang NGID if it ever lives again. Elder Titan finally buying the gem to try and get rid of as much vision as possible and make the MLS as useless as possible, pero still they have to be careful with the initiations from the Mars. Siya dyan ang pinakasamukan nga hero dire as Viper. Mukuha na dyan siya kanang nasi Aghanim Scepter, which will decrease the mana cost and cooldown sa Viper Strike, but it's just not enough so far as he will be buying the Aeon Disc next. The third defensive item on the Viper, but this one is going to be big as it'll negate the haunt as well as the initiation from the Mars. But the smoke going to come out once again. Naanay BKB po otro ang ato ang Mars today. And now the Yule set up into the air. The blood, the arena of blood is going to be there once again. Give focus fire na ang ato ang Elder Titan and well, gajem ba siya ato and nope. Thankfully na lang for the side of Amihan Gaming. Well, wala nila na lose ang gem. Instead, it'll be the Sand King bringing it over this time around as he has the Havoc Hammer, which should provide him with a little bit of, durability with the 18 strength and some more damage. Pero this Spectre could be a bit too hard to kill as now they're aiming for Roshan today. Not the fastest Roche in the world, but it's still going to be Roche regardless as Spectre will get the Aegis. 4.5k HP lead on the Spectre as well as the Dispersion talent. This Spectre going to be very, very hard to kill as now 27% ang Dispersion nga damage reflected. And she already has the Abyssal, so that's even more protection against physical damage. Even the Laguna Blade may not be enough to bring the Spectre down. As 11% spell amp, kikuha Selena to get as much burst as possible, but it still may not be enough. As NGID, once again, they are aiming for the racks. They do have to be careful of the Chrono, though, as the Nether Toxin is going to come out. BKB, gikan sa Mars, as now the Abyssal Blade is going to be there sa ato ang Sand King, but he will be able to blink out. And now the Chrono onto the backlines. They only see the Phoenix for now. They will get rid of the egg, but the egg is still going to come out. Just not enough damage going to come from the Void as they will survive today. NGID are not going to lose anyone as Jacko almost pinned to the balls. And now the Earth Splitter is huge onto these two heroes. That is aside to NGID, but are not big enough as the epicenter wasted. Earth Splitter wasted, and they will run out of there. NGID, nobody falling yet, but the big ultimates came out from Amihan Esports, and they just weren't able to make work with that. As this Phoenix still able to get the egg off, and she has the refresher. In fact, gamit na niya so he can egg anytime he wants. Kung layatan na sad siya once again, and there's no more chrono on this Faceless Void. So it's going to be hard for Amihan Gaming to walk up and try to disable somebody. Especially karon nga wala na epicenter for 40. Wala na Earth Splitter for 30. And the blink is going to come in. Gikan kag Chopin. Smoke. I feel like now ni smoke, or did I mishear that? Oh. Glimmer Cape being used here by our Elder Titan, but Despair so very fast now. Level 25 with the Aghanim Scepter. 2 win runs up and available as she has the gem. And now top racks is going to fall. That is the range down dire sa ato ang top lane. Melee is almost certainly going to be next as NGID looking for a slow push today as the stun is going to be there onto the SK. The initiation going to be there right away from this Mars, but he will survive for now. The Elder Titan will be the next to be focused, but now the Laguna Blade is going to come out onto the Mirana, but it's just not enough damage. The egg is going to be popped actually on the back lines, and now the Ethos is going to miss, but the epicenter as well as the Burrow Strike is going to be there. Can they finally get this kill onto the Mars? Yes, they will! As 2 dead on the side of NGID. Can they look for more? Wala pa chrono. So NGID will have to back off. They gave those 2 kills away sa Amihan Gaming. And now 2K bounce sa ato ang net worth today. 9K na lang ang labaw. Still though, top lane is going to push automatically since wala na may range racks ka nahabilin. Pero ni buyback ang ato ang ganiha? Ang ato ang Elder Titan. The Mars still has buyback. The Phoenix still has buyback. No egg, however, pero at the very least, nasi a refresher orb in 15 seconds. And now, Amihan Esports, they want to be able to get some of this momentum back as this Void is level 26 already. Viper, level 23 pa. The arrow is going to come out. Not going to land onto anybody. That was rather close. But almost everybody has buybacks except for the Mirana, as well as the Elder Titan. And now the respawns are going to come in as Amihan. They're not going to risk anything further today. This is a very close match happening right now. NGID versus Amihan Esports. 6K gold na lang ang labaw as the MLS will be used. Can they find anybody though? Oh, looks like they will find the Sand King. Do they have the detection? They have the gem. So the Sandstorm is not going to save this Sand King as he falls. The gem being given away to the Mirana. And Abby is going to go down. He does have buyback, however, but they do lose the detection. Wala na sila gem. Smoke play from Amihan. They do have the Chronosphere. Can they find a viable target, however? The pings came out. So, basta nakita nila ang Phoenix. And, Mars. Wala siya nakita sa creep wave dire, pero I feel like that's where they're going to go. In fact, the pings are going to come out there. Chop in, showed himself for a little bit, which gives them the chance to get the chrono onto this Mars, and finally they will get a kill onto him as the Stomp and the Nether Toxin will allow Jacko to get that kill. But now the backlines being dived here. Desai going to have to pop the Ghost Scepter for him to stay alive as the Mars and the Sand King will both buy back into this game. But now the Vessel Blade onto the back lines, and now Spectre still has the BKB being popped here. Is very much a raid boss as Viper forced to pop the Guardian Greaves, but he's going to fall still, and the Lina going to kill himself with the Laguna Blade. Oh no, the arrow is going to land on the Jacko as 5 heroes still alive on the side of SGID, and now the arena is going to land onto the Selena. Yule's up into the air defensively, and now Despair finally going to fall, but the Selena, so will she. That is a dieback on this position 4 as Abby is going to have to force himself back, and now the pin once again onto this Viper, not going to be able to get the Guardian Greaves off, and now Jacko, it's him versus the world here as he is being tossed up into the air. The Mule Scepter is going to be there, the silence as well as the shackle shot. It's going to be enough as there are no more buybacks on the side of Amihan, and they finally call it GG. Well played sa SGID, NGID rather. M11 will move forward sa atuang finals today, ladies and gentlemen, and that will be the end of this game. 49 minutes. The second longest game we've had so far in this tournament. NGID as well as Amihan Esports, they had a very good performance, both of these teams. And they had a bit of a back and forth today around the 30-minute mark. Amihan, they weren't able to harass the Spectre very much with their draft. Instead, she was able to survive. They got pickoffs from using the Mars to be able to get that leverage in the net worth. Amihan Esports, however, did get some advantageous team fights after the 30-minute mark, and they slowly pulled it back. But as it looked like they were going to finally retrieve some of that lost momentum, NGID they just struck back with these initiations from the Mars and brought it all the way back to be able to bring themselves to victory. As that'll be the end of this stream for now, ladies and gentlemen. We will be seeing you dito sa ang Facebook stream. Salamat kayo sa inyong pagtanaw. What a close match, pero NGID will be the ones moving forward for now, as we will have to say goodbye to Amihan Esports. We will see you in the finals sa ang Facebook stream. South.gg Moonlight Clash will once again be back, and I will see you later over on Facebook.